So you've made a commitment, you're signed up, you're ready to go. Let me give you just a little bit of background information that you should take into account as you move through all these videos and the text and the various other modules. We're going to be asking you to make a real significant investment of your time. We're going to be asking you to really think deeply about placemaking. You start with Wikipedia, but you're going to learn beyond that. You're going to learn how to tie placemaking with paths of growth, with the best neighborhood, the best emerging neighborhood, but the worst property in that neighborhood as a candidate for your work. The way we approach this is scientific, based on years of experience, based on my working with thousands of students, based on my own personal investment in deals here in Ann Arbor and now in Detroit. While we use those two cities, couldn't be better, with the Detroit coming to life with its grit and character and 70,000 empty buildings, and Ann Arbor always ranked in the top 10 of any ranking that you could imagine. The principles apply to the city that you're living in and the city that you want to live in as you age. So what we're doing here works in every one of the great livable cities. I use owner occupancy, particularly for the individual term project, as opposed to renting it. I do that because there's better financing, there's better leverage, and it forces you to improve the property, fix up the property, renovate the property in a way that you're proud of it, it's quality, and you yourself would be willing to live in it. And then you're free to rent it and sell it. This course is designed for 20 to 60-year-old professionals. My bias is going to come at it through the eyes of the millennials because they're making the most impact on our downtowns. But there's a bookend generation that is also having a profound impact, and that is the retiree, empty nester, the 55 and older crowd who want to be close to downtown, want to sell their big family home, move closer to the culture, the vibrancy of their downtown, maybe closer to their kids and their grandkids. I make references to Stephen Ross, Jeff Blau, a few other students that have done very well. I hope you research them, aspire to be like them to some degree. I've used their examples where I think it really illustrates important principles for you to take into account. Finally, we've been in an economic cycle that's been going on for 7 years. Economic cycles are not usually this long. So far, the stock market, a number of indices like consumer confidence would suggest this economic cycle still has legs. How long it might last, we don't know. Our real estate development principles in this class are going to be based on working with economic cycles. You really create a home run in real estate if you start with the worst property in the best emerging neighborhood and hold on to it for one economic cycle to stabilize it, a second economic cycle to perhaps refinance it and get all your original equity out, and a third economic cycle to really have it appreciate and perhaps sell it. But you can't predict how long these economic cycles will last. They can be 3 years, 5 years, or the 7 years we've got going right now with maybe another 3 to 5 years that are still opportune. We cover these economic cycles and all these risks in our templates. We'll talk about more of them then. So again, I look forward to meeting you, seeing your work, coaching you along your way, introducing you to other professionals in your environs, your neighborhoods, your nearby cities, and let's get on with it. Thank you very much.